Human Behavior and Victimology, presented by B.S. Criminology, 33, Group 5. Here are the members of our group: Reyes, Romelin, Olarte, Will Bregil, Marquetta, Lay Andre, Susulan, Kirsten Iris, Quintal, Aldrin John, Kaysen, Justin, Mendoza, Marcus, Carlos, Ivan, Demdam, Femia. Let us now proceed to the research questions that will be answered through the data that we've collected in our observation. 1. In a group setting, what causes an individual to change their behavior? 2. Do rules and regulations change individual or group behavior? How? 3. Is there a difference in how people behave when an authority figure is present? 4. How does the behavior of others influence our decision-making? 5. What makes people more likely to act like the majority in a group? 6. How do individuals react to others' actions in a group setting? 7. How does group interaction change someone's behavior? 8. What actions show someone conforming or resisting a group decision? 9. How do the actions of others shape an individual's view of what is acceptable? 10. Why do people often follow the majority even when they have free will? As future police officers, understanding our laws, rules, and regulations is essential. In our legal system, there are different types of crimes: heinous crimes, which are inherently wrong, and crimes that are considered wrong because the law prohibits them. Traffic rules and regulations are an example of the latter, created to prevent or reduce accidents on the road situations that are often unpredictable. A common example of a prohibited crime is jaywalking. While it isn't inherently illegal to cross the street anywhere, it becomes a crime because there are specific laws that restrict it. To observe how people follow or break these rules, our group decided to focus on the pedestrian lane in front of SM. Here, we could see various behaviors as people crossed the street, and we could examine how they obeyed the rules and regulations. As the picture have shown what we observed in the pedestrian lane, we are now going to proceed to the data that we've collected. Group behavior and influences. In a group setting, several factors can cause individuals to change their behavior. When observing people at the pedestrian lane, we noticed that their actions were influenced by existing rules and regulations, the presence of authorities, the actions of the majority, the hesitation of the minority, and their personal circumstances. Impact of rules and regulations. We found that rules and regulations do influence behavior, but mainly when there is someone to enforce them. Without the physical presence of an authority figure, people often disregard the rules and choose what is most convenient for them, such as crossing the street when they shouldn't. However, when an authority, such as a traffic enforcer, is present, people's behavior changes significantly. They tend to follow the rules more closely because they know they might be apprehended or scolded if they don't. Behavior in the presence of authority. The presence of an authority figure had a noticeable impact on how individuals behaved. People who might have otherwise ignored the traffic light and crossed during a red light became more cautious. For example, if a traffic enforcer was present, individuals hesitated less and were more likely to wait for the green light before crossing. This shows that authority figures play a crucial role in ensuring that laws are followed. Influence of emotions and group behavior. Emotions and group behavior were also significant factors in decision-making. We observed that emotions are contagious, as when a traffic enforcer scolded a jaywalker, that person felt ashamed. This embarrassment spread to others in the group, causing them to reconsider their actions. People who were initially about to jaywalk changed their minds and waited for the green light instead. Conformity and majority influence. We also found that most individuals tended to follow the majority's behavior, even if it was against the rules. If most people were crossing during a red light, others would likely follow, assuming it was the right thing to do. This happened more often when no one was enforcing the rules. People conformed to the group's actions to avoid standing out or feeling different. Group interaction and behavioral changes. Group interaction played a crucial role in altering behavior. As we observed when someone in the group of pedestrians was scolded by a traffic enforcer, others in the group advise one another not to cross until the lights become green, that means go. This shows how group dynamics can lead to a collective change in behavior. Signs of conformity and resistance. In our observations, we noted that individuals who conformed to the group's decisions appeared confident and calm. In contrast, those who resisted showed hesitation and nervousness, unsure if they should go against the group. Normalization of behavior. We also noticed that over time, the repeated actions of others began to shape what individuals considered acceptable. Behaviors that were initially seen as wrong, such as jaywalking during a red light, became normalized because many people were doing it, and there were no immediate consequences. Fear of being different. Finally, we observed that individuals often followed the majority's actions because they feared making mistakes or looking foolish. Even though they have free will, they tend to go along with the majority's decisions because it seems easier and more beneficial, especially when they're in a hurry. In our study of human behavior at the pedestrian lane, we collected data on body language, emotional expression, and tone of voice. People in a hurry often appeared calm but didn't care much about the rules. Those who were hesitant showed signs of nervousness. We also noted that traffic authorities had a stronger influence on behavior than traffic lights alone. While traffic lights set the rules, it was the presence of authority figures that truly enforced them, shaping how people acted. These observations highlight the complexities of human behavior in group settings and the powerful influence of authority and group dynamics in decision-making. Understanding these factors is crucial for enforcing laws and ensuring public safety effectively. We now proceed to the analysis and reflection of what we observed and the data that we've collected. The phenomenon of conformity was vividly demonstrated in our study, much like in the famous Asch conformity experiment. In this experiment, individuals were found to conform to the incorrect majority opinion, even when they knew it was wrong, to avoid standing out or facing social rejection. Similarly, at the pedestrian lane in front of SM, we observed that many individuals followed the majority's behavior, even when it involved breaking the law by jaywalking during a red light. This behavior was influenced by the presence or absence of an authority figure, highlighting that people often conform to the group's actions to avoid feeling different or out of place. Just as in the Asch experiment, where participants doubted their own correct perceptions to align with the group, pedestrians here conformed to the majority's actions, assuming that if everyone else was crossing, it must be acceptable, despite knowing the rules. The concept of emotional contagion, where emotions spread from one person to others, was also evident in our observations. This concept is well documented in psychology, suggesting that people tend to mimic the emotional expressions and behaviors of those around them, which can influence their own emotional state. As we observed in our chosen setting is that when a traffic enforcer scolded a jaywalker, that individual felt embarrassed and ashamed. This emotional response did not remain isolated. It quickly spread to others in the group. Observing someone being reprimanded led others to feel a similar sense of embarrassment, prompting them to reconsider their own actions. This is a classic case of emotional contagion, where the negative emotion of one individual influences the emotions and behaviors of others, leading to a collective change in action, most notably waiting for the green light before crossing. The interplay between conformity and emotional contagion was particularly evident on the setting we observed as when individuals adjusted their behavior based on the actions and emotions of those around them. The fear of being singled out or appearing foolish, combined with the emotional impact of seeing someone reprimanded, led to a powerful shift in group behavior. People who were initially inclined to break the rules by jaywalking hesitated, felt nervous, and eventually chose to conform to the safer, more socially acceptable behavior of waiting for the green light. This combination of social pressure, conformity, and shared emotional experiences, emotional contagion, explains why individuals often act against their own better judgment in group settings. It also underscores the importance of authority figures in reinforcing rules and guiding group behavior toward safer, more lawful actions. By relating our observations to the principles of conformity and emotional contagion, we gain a deeper understanding of the dynamics at play in public settings like pedestrian crossings. These psychological concepts help explain why individuals often follow the crowd, even when it leads them to break the law, and how emotions can quickly spread through a group, influencing collective behavior. Understanding these dynamics is crucial for future police officers, as it can inform strategies for enforcing laws and promoting public safety in a way that considers both social and emotional influences.